Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions with me, Marianne, and I am going to be reading for you the first half of the month of December love connection, tarot, and oracle messages that come through. And as usual, I pick a featured sign for each and every reading, and that's what the predominance of the reading is catered to, with a couple exceptions. And today's beautiful featured sign is the Earth cardinal sign that actually is going to represent the winter solstice, because every cardinal sign is about the changing of the season, and that's a huge thing. I mean, there's so much energy happening this month in December. Happy December, everybody. And the beautiful cardinal sign I'm speaking of is Capricorn, and it is something else, I'll tell you. Now, a lot of the more influential, I would say, energies for you, Capricorn, will happen after the second half of the month. But I'll mention a couple anyway. And the most important thing right now, of course, is we're in Sagittarius season. I believe Mercury has either entered into your sign today or tomorrow. I'm very sorry. I looked it all up and I'm having a mind blank. But it's very soon that Mercury will go into your sign. And of course, Venus has been in your sign since November 5th. And it's actually going to retrograde on the 19th till January 29th. So that's the part that I'm telling you it's happening. But we're feeling kind of the shadowy aspects of that and what that means. So Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, which was the full lunar eclipse that we just had on the 19th. So the 4th of December is what represents the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, the beginnings, the transformation. Now, you know, a lot of times, for example, the fiscal year for a lot of businesses starts in October, and that's their new year for business and finances. Well, it's similar in a lot of ways as far as I'm concerned, and I think a lot of people would agree that December is the ending of the year in the 12th month, but it also is preparatory for what's coming in the excitement and the innovation and the intention of what you want to have come forth in the new year. People think of it way before January 1st, and that's what's happening. And with this influence of the fiery, optimistic, spirited, independent, freedom-seeking, truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius, it's really beautiful for all of us. It's more of a happier, lighter feeling than a lot of the energies that were happening in the last month or so. They weren't bad energies. They were just deeper and more intense, I would say. So it's lightening up, which is wonderful for holidays. And for Sagittarians that you may know, Capricorn, celebrations and whatnot. Christmas, if you celebrate it, Kwanzaa, all the different, Hanukkah. That's all happening, and it's a beautiful time, right? And it can be emotional, of course. I find myself very sentimental in December because I review and think about what had transpired in the year, and I just mainly feel grateful to be able to wake up every day at this point, to be completely honest. And I think a lot of us are feeling that way too with everything that's happened in the last almost 2 years now. But Capricorn, you're a mover and a shaker and a doer, I'll tell you. So even with the Venus, which is a beautiful placement, by the way, in retrograde, it's still going to be beautiful and powerful regarding love and beauty and sensuality and, magical things and money and investments and all the wonderful things. It's just going to slow it down and give you more time for introspection. Any retrograde is about reviewing and kind of going inward. All right, which you kind of do anyway. You're kind of used to that type of energy. I think you're more of a background energy a lot of times. Very smart, very capable, very resourceful, very successful, very hardworking, and all those things pay off. They just do. And you have your ruling planet is Saturn. So you grew up with that kind of understanding of, hey, I'm going to just, focus and keep my eye on the prize, and I don't need a bunch of elaborate, this, that, frilly, whatever. Not to say you don't want that at times. I mean, every Capricorn's a little different. Depends on your placement, but you know what I'm saying. You're more grounded and you're more structured in how you do things. So people love you for that. You're very reliable. You're the calm in the storm. And I feel like a lot of that's happening in a lot of our lives with this influence of you and the grounding energy. And with, the changes in the the fact that eclipses bring things in and out so quickly. Sometimes the storyline does last and will continue to bring information in our lives for 6 months or longer. But, you know, there are shocking revelations and changes that happen as well. So the grounding part is great, to just take in every moment and just think of the present as much as possible. And whatever that is, in whatever form for you. Could be a little respite, getting away to a retreat. Not usually the case when a Capricorn's involved, because they want to work and, you know, do everything that way. But it is good to get away. I hope somebody can convince you. Speaking of which, I'm going to pick your highlighter that Spirit wants you to know about. It comes straight from Spirit. I'm the conduit. This is a person or a situation that has this energy or, you know, type of characteristic to it that you're going to be in tune with in some way, whether you're knowing it yet or not. And that new moon could bring in all sorts of new things. So could be around the corner. But your beautiful highlighted connection that I'll read the 4 major categories for, and then the 2 oracle messages in addition to as well, is going to be that of Gemini. Ooh, okay, that's cool because I didn't mention it. But Gemini is an air sign, and we had, you know, Jupiter, the benevolent planet of giving and opportunity and expansion, whatever it touches, and fortune and luck that comes in our sign every 12 years. It was in your sign last year. It's been in Aquarius. Aquarius is the sister, brother, you know, element, air element to Gemini. And so there's a lot of air element aspects of the years to come, many years forward. This is about our mind. This is about educating ourselves. This is about invention, breaking free from tradition, which is kind of what you're about. The status quo, the tradition, you know, you're starting to find yourself perking up and thinking, that would be interesting. You don't want to be behind the times. You may not instigate it, but you're certainly willing to be a part of it. There's that success aspect. You know, it's not, if it's a challenge at first, you bring those on because you care to emerge and succeed. And if you have to go with it to succeed, that's exactly what you'll do. And Gemini is all about communication. Gemini is the full moon that's happening, I believe, on the 18th, just before the summer. I keep saying summer. That's a while from now. The winter solstice and your birthday season. You know, your time. So, and Chris, all the beautiful things that come with that. But Gemini is really exciting, and they're full of information and ideas. They're mutable, they're adaptable, they're duality sign, you know, they're here, they're there, they're moody at times, they're one way, you know, they're intelligent, they're extremely capable of conveying information, and they usually can convey and talk people into what it is they're selling or talking about. They certainly have sold me in my life. They're the life of the party, which is a good, you know, it's a good complementary energy for you if you tend to not be that way. It's always people I find that are the oppositions like that kind of hang out because they fill each other's needs. You know, there's the difference there. That's exciting and growth. It brings growth. And so I like that. I like it a lot, and it makes perfect sense. And we've had the North Node in, as well as the series of eclipses that were happening. They were in Sagittarius and Gemini, and now the last one in Sagittarius for a while is, you know, on the 4th. This one is still could be happening. Still information coming from when that was occurring. I think the last one was in, don't quote me, July in, I think it was June actually, that there was an eclipse in Gemini as well. But so, yeah, just communication, conversation, you know, commerce, education, information is a huge key component, and with other people, hugely about others. It's not an alone time. It's a collaboration is huge, especially with Gemini. They're very social, and they like to get, like I said, the word out and teach and educate. So maybe you're taking a course. I don't know, but it would be very appropriate if that were the case. So let me read the 4 categories for you. And those are really just pretty much the answers to most of the questions I find with these categories regarding this possibility of this highlighted connection, or maybe you have the air energy in your natal chart, or you're just around a lot of Geminis or air energy of Libra and Aquarius as well, or you're just really in tune with the fact that that full moon is going to bring on some real important information or contracts or something that new moon instigated. It's hard to say, but I think it's all good. I think it's very, very positive. And Venus will do that. It'll bring that special beauty and, you know, magical luck into your life. So that's pretty cool. And so overall energy, and I'm using the beautiful Star Spinner Tarot for the first half of December. And your overall energy is, the Four of, okay, I like it though. It's the Four of Swords. This represents retreat. This is kind of what I said. If you can and you would care to, it's a good time to kind of just let go with these energies and the Venus in your sign that's going retrograde. You know, it'll get out of its shadow period completely by March. So you had Venus in your sign for a very extended, long period of time. And, you know, it's about the mind again. Those are the swords. What you're thinking and, you know, maybe conversations that you're kind of just letting simmer and marinate and really kind of doing review and your due diligence on, not going too fast forward. That's not something you can and you're capable of being fast, but you prefer to be a little bit more, you know, regimented and not in such a rush, right? And so that the final outcome is the one that you truly want. That's exactly what this is. It could be healing. It could be healing from not feeling 100%. But, you know, with Sagittarius season, that's going to bring you some energy for sure. If you have any placements in fire, it's on. You're going to be recovered and recuperated really quickly. It doesn't have to mean you're ill. I'm not a doctor, of course. I mean, you know, just knowing sometimes you get a little more tired. I know I do when the time change happens. It's like, it's dark at 5, time to go to bed. Not quite, but, you know, everything kind of shuts down a little more for me. Yeah, that is perfect. That's the perfect kind of energy with this excitement and all the changes that could be occurring within a month, because changes happen every moment, right? And sometimes we can only handle so much, and allow yourself the time in between what you're doing to just be grounded and be very, very still if possible. Get into your gardens, eat the things that are really, you know, comforting to you, and the root plants and the potatoes and the squash and those kind of things that are very nourishing at this time of year, okay? So moving on to the second category is possible blessings or obstacles. And oh my gosh, the exact same position as the last one. And in fact, so many repeats are happening that Spirit's really trying to let us know. Possible blessings or obstacles is the, it's the Page of Swords again. It's exactly what Sagittarius got, the sign just before you. There might be a real connection happening between you and Sagittarius, more than I know. And this time frame and the new moon and something very, very big changing, like life changing. Could be a child, as I said in Sagittarius, though. And, you know, that's a big, big change. And I loved it. And it was just like the rest of your life. It's from one moment to the next, you're like, oh my gosh. And it's happy. It's beautiful. It's something you've thought a lot about, or you're still thinking about with this, you know, resting. And maybe it's just, if you're a female, they're saying, okay, before you decide to conceive, take it easy, you know, lay off a bunch of stuff that might not be good for your system, you know, the natural protocols, I suppose, but that's pretty exciting. Pages are information, they're messengers. And this has to do with definitely the swords, which is straightforward information, once again. Communication, some kind of message telling you that things are going to be good. It's new, it's kind of green around the edges, it's brand new perhaps, and if it's a child that hasn't come into the world yet, that's extremely new. But it could be a young child already here, and maybe just, you know, I don't know, wanting to do something special for the holidays, or maybe they have a birthday and something's that, but it's also that youthful, beautiful part of us that we need to keep alive through the difficulties in life and the challenges, and to focus on the fun as much as possible, right? Because I know I can get led down the, you know, the rabbit hole at times from things that are just like a lot, and I think, oh my gosh, and I think, nope. I mean, it's happening, and I can't close my eyes to it, and I say prayers, and I sit, and I do meditate, and then I think, it's going to be okay, everything is exactly as it needs to be. When I say that, and I fully believe it, it certainly alleviates that extra added, you know, stress. But all in all, I like this a lot, and I think it's inspirational, and it has to do with perhaps contracts and, negotiations, words that need to be spoken and the right, way of putting it out there, writing your resumes, that sort of thing. Institutions come into mind, banks, loans. So interesting, very interesting, and not surprising with the new moon at all. So write down what you want once again. I don't want to belabor that, but when you do, it has a lot more power behind it. And your manifestations come through. They really do, even if it isn't that moment. Third category is that of finances. You do incredibly well. I know many Capricorns that are in the field of finances because they know how to manage money so well, and they amass great wealth in their lifetime. But for you, wow. Bear with me one sec. I noticed I brought 2 pairs of glasses, but I'll prefer to put these on for right now. For your money, you have the Lovers. So this is awesome, and it definitely has to do with romance. And there's that Venus influence once again. So there's a lot of romance in your particular love connections where it's not always about romance. It's about all forms of love and all connections and, bonds that we have in our lifetime with relationships. And look at that red heart. You're really feeling this. This is big. You're really, you've been thinking about stuff. You've been maybe praying about it and wanting answers, perhaps. You've been not able to necessarily convey what you want to say, but that's changing. And the information is going to be there for you to express yourself. The energy will be there for you to express yourself well. You'll have the vitality and the mental clarity. And then, it's also about, it's about lovers, but it's also about the perfect selection, whatever that is, partnership-wise, in work, in friendships, in, just making the right choice. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing when it comes to the money, because if you make those choices, then the wealth follows. If you're feeling extremely content and happy and your heart is open and fulfilled, the rest just kind of flows right in. How beautiful that is. That's a major arcana. There's a lot of blue here, which, by the way, the blue is the third eye, the crown. It's that knowing, that knowledge. There's a lot of intuition that's coming through for you. And, Jupiter turns from Aquarius to Pisces on the 28th, 29th. And that's really beautiful for you. Water and earth are extremely conducive for creating and, planting the seeds and definitely passion and love and heartfelt expressions of love. And, that's what Pisces is all about. Healing, a lot of healing, which, is representative perhaps of the first card. The Four of Swords, just taking it easy and just kind of, I'll deal with all that. Again, it'll always be there. But for now, I want to be with me and I want to be at peace, which will clear that mind and that change the whole energy. So the final category is the surprises and wishes category. Maybe during this time of respite and retreat where you can go away and just kind of enjoy yourself and just be still and in nature and all the things that are so helpful in healing while planning and thinking about, what's new for you. You have the Three of Coins. Whoo, baby, there you are. There you are. There you are in all your glory. The 3 is mastering. It's growth. It's expansion. It is, fine-tuning, detail. It's working with others, collaboration. It's abundance, it's stability, it's money, it's well-being, it's love, it's family. It's all of those things at its best. You must be doing something right because your manifestation is showing me that you are well on your way to attract the right things with the right people and the right circumstances. And here before that with the money is the Lovers, which is once again proper selection. But you're very interested in detail. You want to make it everything you choose to make it. You're happy to work with others in the process. The years to come with the influence of air is very much about collaboration. We've done a lot of independent things in our lives, and that's great. It's not that cannot happen, but you're going to want to do more with others. It's going to be way more conducive for your finances and your well-being overall. Of course, that includes family and such. So absolutely beautiful. Beautiful reading. I'm just thinking you're coming in, you're just like, oh, okay, wow. Here we are. It's my birthday again, and I got a lot to think about, and I want to do something different. You know, I want to change. I want to have I want to reinvent some things, perhaps. All those things come into play with these type of energies. And there's more that I said I'll mention in the second half of the month. So that's fantastic. Your two oracles that I always like to finish with because they're so incredibly beautiful, and they express things in ways that I don't. And they're so incredibly filled with love and wisdom and knowledge that it imparts on us. Not impasses, but imparts to us. Just to remind us, you know, and just give us that inspiration. That is how I look at all of these. So this is the wisdom of the oracle. They're wise throughout the centuries, right? For you, for the first half of the month and your birthday. Poised. Wow, I love that word. I have not seen this card. I mean, I haven't brought this out that many times, but I haven't seen this in a long time. I really like it though. And right smack dab in the middle of this clothesline is a star. And just believing and looking up like you do. That's the kind of personality you have. You're just going to keep going until it happens. You are a real determined and very, very motivated and successful sign. And it's 48. So that becomes a 12, and 12, 1 plus 2 is a 3. So there's another 3, and that's emergence, coming out of your shell, growing, family growing, your love for self growing, your businesses, your friendships, your whatever. That's what's here for you. And it's making itself pretty clear. So poised, let's see what that means exactly in their, description for you. I have an idea, but I want to see. So 48, it's at the end. Yeah, 47, and so 48. Oops, 49. Meanings: being ready, being something to light, or bringing something to light, not being something to light. Being at your best, confidence. That's the energies that come in with Sagittarius. That's the thing you can make happen if you choose, because they're there for us, all to help us and guide us, and bring us in the highest form and highest good of our lives. I love that. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to do. Your skills are sharp. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge. And you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. See what I mean? There goes the goosebumps. People respond to your confidence and trust you. And I know that. I believe that. I trust my Capricorn friends. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. And what that is solely up to you. But I'm just knowing it's there for you. You've got a lot of opportunity for this. How appropriate, right? To start the new year. End the last and start the new. Final category is this beautiful deck that I love. And it's the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, where you create the life that you choose. And I know for a fact that all of us are manifestors. That's just the reality of our being in this, this life, this body. Our spirits are here to learn and to grow and to manifest that which we choose in this physical form. But it's about really feeling it and bringing out the best good feelings for whatever you want that you put out and then receive back. Cause and effect, like attracts like. So I hope you like those videos. If you do, give me a thumbs up, please. Let me know. It's super supportive, or definitely subscribe, which is like following. Push that button for me. Share if you choose to do so. I want to expand the channel as time goes on and start my private readings a couple days a week, which I'll be talking about in the new year. And for you, your last final message, beautiful Capricorns. I love this. I haven't seen this card in a while either. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. Well, that's a pretty wise thing to have said, right? From the beautiful, beautiful oracle. And there's that new moon again, and there's the tree of life, and, just the foundational aspect of you and your grounding energy that you bring forth to everybody. And I thank you for that. I really do. I don't have a lot of earth energies, just one planet in Earth in my natal chart. It's a biggie, but I just appreciate being around the grounded souls like yourself, and all you contribute is extremely appreciated. So have a wonderful first half of the month. Allow whatever you choose to come in exactly the way and form that you would like it to be. And create that life, right? Take good care as well. I'll be back for the second half. I hope you will as well. And until next time, thank you. Bye for now.